I want to show you how to do a stitch that I've used in several of my patterns. I'm not sure what the name is. I saw a chart on Pinterest and I thought it looked really pretty. I hunted and hunted and hunted around for that stitch and the name of it. I couldn't find it. I was able to replicate the stitch, or what I thought the stitch represented. I have chosen to call it the horizontal puff stitch. In my patterns, I abbreviate it for an HPS. So I want to spend a little time showing you how I create this stitch. I start with a slip stitch on my hook. And for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to put it in any half double crochet. So we'll do a single crochet and a chain one. And I'm going to stop right there because I want to show you when you're looking at, after you make a single crochet, there is, see if I can finagle the strings, a little area right here. If you can see that or not. Here's the single crochet, here's the slip knot. Right there is a little space. It's right here. That's where we're going to place our puff stitch. So we're going to go, it's hard the first time, you'll get it. Right there, you can tell it's right between there. For 1, 2, and this isn't going to be a puff, not a big puff stitch. I just replicated it with 3. I thought it looked like what the picture looked like. And then pull through your loop and chain 1. Now there is a sampling of what it looks like. Doesn't look like much, but you'll see as we go around how pretty it looks. So that last chain 1 is really just to close the HPS. If for some reason you wanted to have space in between, let's say you want it to lay down, you can skip a stitch. In fact, I'll show you how that works. Usually when you're going in a circle, just a chain 1 to close it is sufficient, but I'll usually in my designs explain how I want you to do it. But for purposes of this demonstration, let's just go ahead and skip a stitch. Chain 1, or I should say, yeah, skip a stitch, single crochet and chain 1. You can see how it lays down almost against the edge. And I'll do another one. Remember, go in the back between this little space right there. Can you see that space? Right here. It'll make more sense the more you do it. So we'll go once, twice, and then 3 times. Before I close it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's easier to see. And then yarn over and pull through all the loops. And chain 1. Okay, I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to do it with just one half double crochet in between. So let's skip a stitch and let's do it like this. Here we go. Start it. Now you can see how those are laying down and they look really cute. Some of my patterns will have a space or 2 spaces. I've even had them right together, so it just depends. So we'll go ahead and do it again. This HPS. 1, 2, and 3. All right. And chain 1. So there's 3. It's a very cute look to it. All right, so now I'm going to, just to show you what it looks like if we do it in every single half double crochet, this puff stitch will actually, our HPS will actually stick up straighter, stand up straighter, I should say. Go this way. Okay, so okay, 1, 2, and 3. It gets a little tight, but you can do it, and just wiggle your hook to get it through. All right, so now we're going to go into the next one. We'll do the same thing, and that way you can see what it looks like. 2 and 3, and I'll close it up. Let me do one more. Okay, just close it off. And you can see this one is skipping a stitch. This one is if you want it to be upright, which means these will stand more upright. They'll be really tight. For the purposes of this, how many stitches are in this round, I would probably skip a stitch. But it just depends upon what I'm making. But you can get an idea of what it looks like and how to make it. I hope that helps. Just remember, when you get to the end, if you're doing an invisible join, you need to do it in the second stitch of the round, and that will be the chain 1. So just to kind of help you with that. That explains how I do the HPS, and I hope you found it interesting and made it easier to create the stitch if you ever use one of my patterns.